grade school, and then after I graduated.
My responsibilities as an airline pilot expand far beyond that.
Yeah, so my hobbies as a young person, it's interesting that I didn't really realize how much...
If you love operating computers, if you love electronics, if it's something that you wake up in the morning thinking about it.
I got into optometry, and it was thank you to my anatomy and physiology teacher in high school.
If you want to become an airline pilot, it's not always going to be easy. Most airlines are not going to require anything beyond high school education, though a bachelor's is definitely preferred. Coursework is going to include your basics such as English, math, and physics, but it's also going to include aeronautical engineering. If you're a pilot, you can expect to see really strong employment growth through 2020.
Yeah, and because of that growth through 2020, there will be better job opportunities in general aviation and regional airlines. Competition at major airlines will be strong though. Pilots with the greatest number of flight hours and instrument hours will do best.
The career to be an airline pilot is wide open for anybody who wants to pursue this as a career, and I'd strongly encourage it. It's definitely open to anyone, and for those who've been underrepresented in the industry as an airline pilot now, the fields are especially wide open. I was always fascinated by airplanes and aircraft as a small kid, and at an early age, 4 or 5 years old, I knew that in life that was what I wanted to do, was to soar among the eagles and fly for a career, and definitely fly as an airline pilot. My main responsibility is transporting my passengers and cargo safely from point A to point B. That is my main goal, but my responsibilities as an airline pilot expand far beyond that. From programming all the computers on board, putting in flight plans, making sure fuel's properly loaded, checking our weather at our departure and destination airports. I would definitely recommend a STEM track or a STEM program if it's available in your schools, your science, technology, engineering, mathematics. There's no way you can ever get enough mathematics and science, and those are the things in school I thought that I wouldn't use every day, but I find myself every day I'm on the job, I find myself using some form of mathematics or science and physics. So I would definitely recommend mathematics and sciences. Okay, as a kid growing up, like I said, I was always fascinated with aircraft and flying. So one of my hobbies as a youngster was putting together model airplanes. I would spend, day on night putting snap together models, painting them and hanging them from my ceiling in my bedroom. I tell you, the ceiling in my bedroom looked a whole lot like the museum here, with aircraft hanging all around. So that was my fascination. Skills would be definitely hand and eye coordination, but one of the skills as a pilot that many people overlook is the skill of communication.
Pre-flight checklist complete, ready for takeoff.
Communication is a very important skill for us as airline pilots because we communicate with so many people. We communicate with our crew members, our passengers, our air traffic controllers, our fuelers, our dispatchers. So communications is definitely one of the most important skills that you could have as an airline pilot. The outlook is great right now as we currently sit here in 2017. Many of the airlines are losing a lot of their senior pilots to retirement with a mandatory retirement age of age 65. Several of the people who were hired in the early 80s are now reaching that age and being forced to retire from the airline. So the outlook is great. And for those of you who wish to soar, there's no better time than now.
To qualify for it, an individual must be at least 18 years old, have vision that is correctable to up to 20/20, take a physical exam, and have 250 hours of flight experience.
Yeah, and he's also going to have to pass a written exam and then demonstrate the ability to fly in front of an examiner.